Hey everyone, Sean Archer here. I wanted to bring you guys the name, maybe some of you have heard of it, but there was a man by the name of Dmitri Dudeman, and I'm reaching back to 1984. Dmitri Dudeman was a man of God. He was, in the old days, we would call him a prophet, but he was a minister, a preacher in Romania, and his testimony is incredible. I mean, I've never heard a testimony like this. This is straight out of like the New Testament. But he lived in the Eastern Bloc there, and he would smuggle Bibles into places, and the Lord led him through all kind of trials. I mean, he was tortured in prison, all kind of things. Long story short, he was brought to the United States. The Lord directed him to the U.S., in particular to California. And while he was there, he was visited by an angel. I believe, if I remember correctly, it was his first night in California, and his whole family is staying in this one-bedroom apartment. And he goes outside, and he sees a light coming towards him, and he thought, oh shoot, there's a car about to run me over. Anyways, an angel appears to him, and this is not a vision. He's actually awake. He's not sleeping. This is not a dream or anything like that. This is an open vision where this angel basically tells him, step onto this craft or this platform or whatever it was, and he's taken up, and he's shown the state of California, and the angel says to him, this is a Sodom and Gomorrah. And then he's taken to New York, and the angel says to him, this also is a Sodom and Gomorrah. And he's brought down to Florida, and that's where I live. And this is what jogged my memory. And he's told, Dmitri, this is a Sodom and Gomorrah, and these places will burn. And keep in mind, this is in 1984 when he has this vision. And so he's going back and forth with this angel. I believe it was the angel Gabriel, is what he said. And he says, I'm not gonna take your word unless you can show me in the Bible where this is the case. You give me Bible, and I'll believe you. And I won't spoil it. I'm going to link below his sermon and his testimony and all this kind of stuff where he's talking about it. But the angel gives him, out of the Old Testament, a very specific scripture, and it relates to Mystery Babylon. And it clicked with me years ago when I learned about this for the first time. It's called, this nation is a Mystery Babylon. Well, it's not a nation that existed at the time, obviously, when the Bible was written. That's why it's a mystery. But he's shown that the U.S. is this place that is going to be, in 1 hour, come under destruction. And I won't get into all the different scriptures, but I want to challenge you to go listen to it. If you never heard of Dmitri Dudeman, the guy never even spoke English, okay? He would use his grandson when he would go and speak all over the country. And he, at that time, was on high demand, I guess you would say. He spoke at I believe, the Brownsville revival here in Florida. And his grandson would translate for him. So when you're listening to him, he's speaking in Romanian, and his grandson is interpreting for him in English. He passed away years ago, and his grandson, I believe, still is in charge of that ministry that he started. But if you've never heard of Dmitri Dudeman, check out the Dmitri Dudeman prophecies. You can read them, or you can listen to them. Well worth your time, because he gets into, and I won't go into this as well, but he gets into very specific details concerning Russia and nuclear weapons and nuclear weapons depots here in the States, and different things like that. And at that time, you have to remember, that would have been hard to believe, but you think about the times we live in now and how we really are at war with Russia right now. At least at this current moment, we are at war with Russia. We will see, now that Donald Trump has taken the office, we will see if that de-escalates. But as of now, we really are at odds with Russia, and considering a lot of these prophecies involved Russians and Russian spies and things like that, we live in interesting times. So check that out. TIA, guys, TIA. This is America. Be blessed. I will see you in the next video. Like and subscribe. I appreciate it, guys. Sean Archer, out.